Welcome back. We are back now, ready to send the research hall. I don't want a new session for us. I don't want to start off messing with Lawrence's skull. Off camera, did a little bit of co-oping to get enough grinded out so that we could +9 the Holy Moon Knight sword. Did that through co-op Chalice Dungeons. Alright, so let's head out to the research hall. And I want to take another look at that surgery altar. Because I meant to talk about it a little bit more and sort of going up and down on it and getting the skull. Forgot to come back to it. There's a lot of speculation and stuff that, well, I expected Simon to be here. I guess we have to advance into the research hall a bit to get him to trigger. I figured he would have been here by now. No matter. Let's take a look.
Our handy dandy book.
Yeah. See exactly what it takes to trigger him. So we talked about this potentially being like a Master Wilhelm-like figure, but oh, I stepped on it and we're going down. I didn't want to go down, but I'm on it. Okay. But here's the thing, alright? If this is Master Wilhelm, we have to figure out a timeline problem. Master Wilhelm was not part of the church. He was very clearly not part of the church. And the church formed from the split, right? Where Lawrence left. So this is more likely members of the choir or possibly early school of Mensis, before they kind of went into their own insane side of things, and doing things. But yeah, very likely that this is church, and that this altar may not actually be something necessarily created by the church. And the reason I say that is something you probably didn't notice. You see little beastie hanging out underneath the table? So, okay, obviously the symbolism of inserting the eye, we need eyes on the inside, right? Trigger it. And you've got this Master Wilhelm and church-like figures over this body, but you have this beast lurking underneath. Who would make an altar like that? That's showing them, like, but the beast lurks just beneath humanity? This might be something created in the nightmare by the host of the nightmare and the curse, you know, because it's not the real altar. So I don't know, there's a lot of speculation you can do on that, and I just wanted to, you know, for our lore play, kind of point that out. And with that, welcome to the research hall. Oh, I gained an insight walking in. I bet you that might have been the trigger. I have to actually walk in and get the research, get the insight.
Yeah, so before it says he should already be there.
Okay, it might have been because I didn't walk in and get the insight. Let's check out some of the cool characters that are just hanging out here, like you, which are going to get wrecked. And if you give me a chunk, that's hilarious. That is. Did all that and I would have gotten a chunk right there. Okay, there's another one over here. This water is poison. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get her dialogue. But I wanna make sure I get these. There we go, more chunks. Might be able to upgrade the later weapon that I want too. Alright, I think that's all there. Let's do a quick run. And try not to get poisoned and pick up blue elixir. Alright. Okay, so here's our first patient.
They're clock tower patients, and it describes them as unfortunate victims of the Healing Church's shady experiments.
Yes.
Has anyone seen my eyes? I am afraid I've dropped them in a puddle. Everything's pale now.
So, alright, she just says the same thing over and over again. So there's a few interesting things about her. I don't have an answer. I do not have an answer for this character, okay? There's just some interesting things about her. One, her voice and her accent make her sound like Eileen. Listen to the way she says puddle.
Has anyone seen my eyes? I am afraid I've dropped them in a puddle. Everything's pale now.
But it doesn't really make any sense, right? Because Eileen could not have been experimented on and been a patient and later become a hunter in our time, right? That's just way out of time. So probably nothing. There's a theory going around Reddit that this is potentially a patient that became Rom or is Rom. And again, there's some major holes in that theory, I think. Because this is the church experiments and not Bergenworth experiments. And Rom is a Bergenworth experiment. Now, it may have been, and is likely, the attempts of the church to recreate the experiments at Bergenworth, because there's a lot of documentation that they tried to do that. So as far as I know, you can't really do anything else with that one. It doesn't really play anywhere else. There's a locked door over here we'll come back to. And there's a door over here that's going to open up and be very interesting. But I'm going to zone in and out now that, before I go up these stairs, which again, like, Cthulhuism is just, like, everywhere. Like, our candle holders. So I'm going to attempt to zone in and out and see if that brings Simon forward now that I got the insight for walking into the research hall. That's probably what they expect most players to do. You know, you walk up the stairs and you get insight, and that would trigger him. Because I know I have done it so quick, I have gotten him to skip Ludwig. Like, I ran after Ludwig, I didn't zone, and then I ran past and went up the stairs. Past, Amelia and her church hunter. Well, I guess I would have taken him down. I don't think it works until you kill him. No. Well, Mr. Simon. Why aren't you here? Well, let's head up the stairs. And now we'll get to the hostile patients. So these are the basic monster type in this area. Oh, that really sucks. It's going to take 3 swings on these guys. You know what sucks?
What?
I'm realizing now. We could have bought a blood rock and still been above 40 insight. That attack will lock you up and ruin your day.
I thought blood rocks were for it.
It's 60 insight, but I think we were very close to gotten ourselves to 100, or gotten ourselves right back up and been above 40, which is the point for lore. And I could have plus 10'd the weapon. Some of these guys, like without the surgery gowns on, are a lot more aggressive. Now, up here, you have to be careful. See on the floor? That is a switch. That will hurt a lot if you get caught in that trap. And there's a couple of those trap bookcases like that up here. Alright, we're gonna go for a visceral, and I don't want to waste ammunition. And again, switch on the floor. Oh, it alerted you? Or not? Are you gonna turn back around? I mean, I could just shoot him. They're not that hard to stagger that way, but, you know, this is sort of an enjoyable moment. Alright. That is the pathway I came up that he fell on. Alright, we're not going to go in there just yet. So the research hall is... Oh, here's the second one.
Save me, please. I don't hear anything.
And you get our first reference of Lady Maria.
Save me, please. I don't hear anything.
And Lady Maria will come up a lot in the research hall, and they're all... You can tell, they're all very appreciative, respectful, slightly worshipping Lady Maria. And it sucks that we don't have Simon, because Simon would have some different opinions of Lady Maria. We'll probably get him. Alright, laboratory floor 3. Oh, okay. Cool. I know where we're at. It's not the way I came the first time, but I'll take it. This is the shortcut room. Opens to a couple shortcuts. And it's really cool when you know where these guys are at, because the first time they kind of blend in with the scenery. Beast Blood Pellet. Yeah, down there is going to be fun. I'm going to make sure I open the shortcut first. Alright, so this opens up the shortcut down. That's a shortcut up. We'll get to open later. But you see, this is a very, like, if you look around, like, there's tons of books. Unfortunately, I think they reuse some textures. So, I find a stack of books over here. Not what I wanted.
Oh, that's the how to pick up.
Yeah. Yeah, so, maybe the old ones, they only know how to make one stack of books when they're creating nightmares. So it's unfortunate because these, you know, how to pick up Fair Maiden's book, is what they gave Gehrman. Or possibly Gehrman had, because obviously the doll represents someone that was important to him.
Maybe it just comes with being a hunter. They all remember the book because they all own the book.
Or maybe that's just like Gehrman just had him around all the time. Which actually is going to get even creepier if you think about it. But
That's the one thing they remember about Gehrman.
alright, I'm going to open this shortcut door. Just to orient everyone, this takes us back down to the base. So, let's go talk to the patient over here.
Is that you, Lady Maria? No. You're someone else.
That's okay, I can argue. Okay, so there's a blood vial thing here. And I'm going to use up Yosefka's blood vial right now. Sort of like you can't have an Adela and a Ariana. If you have any of the blood vials, it may bug this character out and you may not get all the dialogue. So if you've seen people get dialogue and you didn't, that may be it.
Please, could you do something for me?
Oh. Sorry, I bumped that by mistake.
Please.
Okay, here we go.
Could you do something for me? I need brain fluid. Murky, mushy brain fluid.
Alright. We have a quest. We'll get some murky, mushy brain fluid. It's a really awesome NPC, I think. And kind of helps you see what they were doing. Alright, let me go try to not lose 100,000 blood echoes. So down here, these guys that crawl around like this, there's 2 of them in this room. They leap like crazy. I'm hoping I can sort of like just... I think I got caught on
The chair.
the chair, yeah, and I didn't get the full hit. Alright, see if he'll do the leap, just so you can see what I'm talking about. That. 2 of them? Insane. If you don't know there's a second one and you go after that first one, or if you come to this room to the front door, which you can do, it's a totally different fight. Decorative old hunter garb.
Ooh.
So we got 2 pieces of that. Old hunter garb decorated with brass trinkets. At the time, some hunters were certain metals would ward off beast blood. Right? So this is, again, older hunters. We don't have gloves. And again, the right leg being believed here. Not mentioned in the text, but you can see from the look of the uniform. You know, some of the superstitions around. So I don't think... no, that doesn't open to anything. It looks like it should, doesn't it? But it doesn't. Alright. So what we have to do is get to the top, is what we're doing. We're on laboratory floor 2. Okay, this is the path going outside. There's a patient over there. I'm gonna make sure... And they're a crawling patient, which means they leap. So far, patients with gowns walking around aren't that big of a deal. Patients without gowns are very more aggressive. Make sure there's nothing gonna get me here. Okay. Frenzy cold blood, nothing special. Alright. This is a cool little preview. And sort of gives you an idea of how this room is gonna work. Okay? So, this is actually a From Software trope in their designs, right? Where you have these areas you can't get to, and you have this central staircase structure, right? So what's going to happen at some point is we're going to move the staircase, right? You're going to rotate it or raise it or something, and it's going to let you get to the areas you can't get to, okay? Here's the guy that I threw down. We were above. Let's go outside, because this is a really cool scene. Don't kill him, dude.
Blip, plop, blip, plop. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Blip, plop, blip, plop.
Alright, so he's clearly sort of gone. What's it look like he's working on?
It kind of looks like a flower, and he's playing with the petals, but it kind of looks...
Like a skeleton?
Yeah.
But it's totally just a flower.
Flower.
I mean, it's just leaves. It's not bones.
It's just a flower.
It's just a flower.
It's actually just a flower.
It's actually just a flower. I like that. Like, FromSoft is having a little fun at our expense, because it's like, you know, in the dark, that looks like bones and a skeleton with a flower head. Like, what are you doing? But it's just a flower. Like, it's our fault for assuming the worst. Alright, so, yeah, we can press on a little bit here. I think, is this the... No. Okay, so this is a different staircase I haven't been at yet. Well, hello, rat. That's a clue, by the way, to remember that there are rats. So, and this is what I wanted to stop and show on, right? This obviously goes nowhere. There's no jump here. There's nothing, okay? And this is what I'm talking about, of this kind of room where this spiraling staircase, we're going to adjust, and it's going to allow us access to areas. Where's a knife? That was a well-armed rat. That we're going to adjust, and this is sort of a trope. It's been in a couple of the games. They've used this a few times. But when I say that, I don't mean that negatively. When FromSoft, I didn't miss anything up here, did I? No. When they tend to reuse their stuff, they actually re-envision, and like they start with the same. Like, we had this idea and it was kind of neat. Oh, I didn't want to go out this way. We had this idea and it was kind of neat, and let's explore that again. I did do both sides there. That is the staircase that did that. Well, hello, Mr. Slinky. I didn't think we would get any Mr. Slinkies. But yeah, very different patient.
Yeah, they're called the crawling variant.
Yeah. They're all tied up. Obviously showing that some patients didn't take too well to the experiments compared to others. Okay, so this is the way I haven't gone yet. This is where I was coming back to. So that when we come back, I'm going to head up this staircase and see what lies ahead.